We have a dramatic video of the mid-air collision between a small plane and a sightseeing helicopter over the Hudson River in New York. The crash happened on Saturday and 9 people were killed. There were no survivors. NBC News has obtained this exclusive video and you may find it very disturbing to watch. It was shot by a tourist experimenting with his new camera. Just horrible. The plane appears to break apart on impact with pieces raining down on the water. This is the kind of video that investigators from the National Transportation Safety Board have asked the public for. The video shows the plane's right wing sheared off. The plane flips over as both the plane and the chopper nosedive into the river below. Now investigators will closely examine this new tape to determine exactly how the plane and the helicopter crash. So for more information now, we're going to turn to an aviation expert, Rusty Amer, who runs aviationexperts.com. And Rusty, you've just seen the video. What are your thoughts on it?
It's obviously, Anna, pretty sad. I hate to see things like that. But sadly, it's not a surprise to me.
In what way, Rusty?
The VFR corridor, the Visual Flight Rule corridor over Hudson River is perhaps one of the busiest, one of the most dangerous VFR corridors in the country, perhaps even the world. You have to understand there are dozens of airports in that vicinity, including 4 major airports: LaGuardia, JFK, Newark, and Teterboro, plus, like I said, a dozen smaller airports. And these, if you would imagine a cul-de-sac, a 3-dimensional cul-de-sac that is only perhaps about a mile or so wide, and these sightseeing traffic, they come in there, and unfortunately they forget to fly the airplane. Now, I'm as guilty as any other pilot. When I'm in my 777, I occasionally ask the air traffic control if we do a sightseeing tour. But at least I know I'm under control, on radar control. I have a co-pilot that watches out for everything. Unfortunately,
so Rusty,
on a small airplane.
Rusty, do you think it is as, though very dramatic, as simple as they just didn't see each other?
Absolutely. They did not see each other. Nobody wants to run into another aircraft. When you're under visual flight rules, it's see and be seen.
So
and,
is there a burden?
Unfortunately.
Is there a burden, Rusty, at all? Is there more of a burden on the airplane as there is on the helicopter, because presumably one can go higher than the other? Is there anything like that?
No, both of them are responsible for traffic separation. Obviously, the helicopter pilot has a lot more to do, whereas the small airplane pilot, and again, I'm not speculating. I don't know exactly what happened until we have the NTSB's report. But I would imagine, just like any pilot that has looked around, perhaps that pilot was looking around and not watching in front of him or the airplane.
Do you know whether when they do these helicopter tours, is the pilot also the tour guide?
He is, unfortunately. It's a very, very tough job, very demanding, especially in that type of traffic situation. He, unlike the other pilots, is in contact with air traffic control. He is sometimes under positive radar control. So he's doing a lot of things at the same time. But yes, to answer you, they are a tour guide also.
Thank you very much, Rusty Amer. We appreciate your insight into this, and of course we'll know more when the authorities are done with their investigation.
My pleasure.